Greetings, everyone. Welcome back to another one of these little vinyl showing videos, whatever. I moved out here because the lighting is much better, and that means that I'm gonna have to use the phone microphone for this video since I'm no longer in my room where I have my computer. I hope you like it raw and dirty because that's pretty much the music we're going to be talking about here. Gonna be talking about some thrash records, which are pretty underrated in my goddamn book. Not necessarily like super obscure ones, some of them are maybe, but just like albums that I fucking love, which I don't think gets talked about as much as they should. Some of these records I think are absolutely fucking complete greatness here. It can absolutely hold its own against the Show No Mercy or Bonded by Blood or whatever your favorite thrash album is. So first up, we're gonna go in alphabetical order. We have got Abomination with Abomination, their self-titled album. So yeah, like this album for me, like why the hell do you need another band that sounds like Metallica or Testament or Slayer or what have you when you've got like albums like this? This sounds like absolutely nobody. I can't think of anyone that like sounds remotely similar to this album here. And the only thing I can say is that if you like your thrash sick and raw, then I think it can't get any better than goddamn this. And I love this cover art too. Like, it took me like a lot of listens to warm up to this one. I think it was only about like the fourth or fifth listen I actually started like kind of getting the groove of it. And the only reason why I kept coming back to it is just because the cover is so fucking awesome. Like, seeing this cover just makes you want to put it on. So I just kept coming back to this album. Kind of like graphic novel, comic book artwork from like the 80s, like early 90s. I just really love the artwork on this cover. It's just, and it just fits the music really well too. It sounds like the cover, it really does. There's some man thrash right here. The drums are just like super cheap sounding, but in the best possible way. And the drumming itself is just completely like out of hand. Like he just has such a weird way of drumming, and it's so chaotic. And I like the fills are just absolutely unhinged, and the fucking toms, they sound like so splattery. Like the fucking buckets, it's just fucking it fits the album so well. I love the drumming on this, and the guitar solos are just they're just so random and wild, and it feels like he's just randomly like Aaron here. He's just like randomly shredding, and then all of a sudden he like in the moment comes up with like a melody which he tries to cling on to. That's kind of how the solos sound, and the vocals are just shrieked, and you know it's got some good as fuck. It's got some really catchy riffs too. And whenever the album like kicks up and gets really speedy, it's just super intense. Like the choice, I love like there's lots of tempo changes in this song. It's just such a fun song to like not along to and headbang to, and Redeem Deny. You know, I mean the riffs in the beginning are just so great. It's like the way that song opens up. It's just like immediately within like the first two riffs, the song is already awesome. But the song is only getting started, and it only gets better and better. Fucking love that song. And Possession, probably the most out there song on the album. It goes from like thrashing mayhem to all of a sudden they're like chanting the Lord's Prayer, and then we get like this kind of like what sounds like a Civil War kind of song, almost like a classic anthem, which is like it's a cover of some like old song. But I can't remember the name of it right now. I actually looked it up because I hadn't heard it before. Uh, it's so bizarre, and then they go right back into thrashing mayhem. But I mean, it makes sense. It's like a classic thrash song about freedom from control. Fuck the church, fuck the earth. You know, kind of classic ordeal. But it's delivered in such a creative and unique way, which I've never heard before. And it's just this album is just so much fun. I love this album. So yeah, Abomination self-titled. I urge you to give this one a shot. It might not click for you immediately, but please like give it a chance, because it is very out there and very different. But I think you'll come to like it if you give it a fair shake. The Alright, this next one, I guess you could say is at the opposite end of the spectrum. It is Atrophy with Socialized Hate. So this is more like, instead of being raw, sick, and dirty, this is, you know, more well-produced, well-played, super like catchy fucking thrash metal right here. Very obviously inspired by Metallica, but I actually think they do it a lot better than Metallica. I know, bit of a hot take. But yeah, I'm not too big on the on Metallica. Kill 'Em All, I like it, but that's pretty much as far as I go with that band. I mean, Ride the Lightning has some. The production isn't the best, but it does have some really good songs on it. But it does have some clunkers on there, as what's the guy's name? Pat Reinery from Hillwitch said. Anyway, enough about fucking Metallica. We're talking about Atrophy. Maybe this band isn't like more talked about now, because they actually recently did a comeback album this year. I was actually meant to listen to it, but then I forgot again. It's like only one original member is the vocalist who's back. And I actually did some digging into it, because they actually returned as, I believe, 3 original members. But then they split up into 2 bands, and then the other 2 went to form like some like Scars of Atrophy or some bullshit. So basically now they're just like 2 bands trying to resurrect Atrophy, but like, dude, just hang it up already. Get together or just don't do it. Like, what the hell are you doing? From back from the heyday, they were definitely tight as fuck and wrote some really good songs. I'm not familiar with the second album. I should definitely go and check that out at some point, because I really like this album. I mean, it's just like solid all the way through. Like Chemical Dependency is just like so catchy. Running scared, there's no return. God, you know you're gonna burn. You know, it's just fucking really fucking catchy lyrics here. Hit really close to home. Like very obviously inspired by Master of Puppets with the lyrics. Fucking love Matter of Attitude and Preacher Preacher. You know, fucking great song. Beer Pong is just a little bit of a pizza thrash moment for you, for all the pizza thrashers out there, you know. Just a little bit of a goof, 2-minute song. And the title track, Socialized Hate. I gotta say, the social commentary is really clever on this album. And it's written really catchy and laid out in like really creative ways. And Socialized Hate is another example of that. And product of the past, you know, it has some fucking killer riffing on there. Just, you know, some great chugging, thrashy riffs on that. It's just great, you know. The whole album is just really consistent, and I can't recommend it enough. Atrophy, Socialized Hate, definitely an album you goddamn need. We got some greatness coming up here. Holy fuck, this album rules. It is Blood Money with Red Raw and Bleeding, you know. I mean, let me pull it out of the sleeve here, so you can see the fucking cover in all its gory detail. Because fuck me dead. This album showed up in my YouTube recommended not too long ago. I'd never heard of this before. And I mean, I just saw this cover and I was like, holy shit, I gotta check this the fuck out. This looks awesome. You know, I mean, your fucking metal radar should be going off when you see a cover like this. You just know it's gonna be awesome, and it totally is. It fucking rules, this album. I love this album. I mean, cool as fuck photo right there. So this is kind of like it's from '86, and it's very like speed metal oriented. I guess you could say. So it's kind of like a bit of a transitional album from like heavy metal to speed metal. Production is just raw as fuck, and I mean, it's just like it's speed metal but fucking supercharged. Like the fucking speed on this is just insane, especially on the song NCFEDK, which I can't remember what stands for. Nazi Zombies fucking wait, I can't remember what this is actually stand for. Nazi Zombie Flesh Eating Devil Killers. That's what it stands for. I mean, that song is just like so out of control. I love it. I mean, you can just almost like fucking smell the leather when you're listening to this album. It's just, you know, quick 30 minutes of just fucking non-stop headbanging fucking thrashing mania, and it's just that's all the album does, and it just does it brilliantly, and you don't need anything else. It's a transparent turquoise marbled vinyl, SWAT reissue. I believe they still have some of these in stock, so if you do not own this album, go and get it right the fuck now. You definitely need it. Holy shit. This is, I mean, as I said, this is as metal as it fucking gets. Staying in the UK for a little bit here. Well, at least I think Blood Money were from the UK. But anyway, this band is from the UK. It is some UK thrash metal from back in the day. Rare, because most of the great thrash comes out of the US, it seems. But this one's from the UK. Pretty obscure one, if I do say so myself, like absolutely fucking... Well, I know Deceased covered a song from this, and like the title track Demon Preacher. Honestly, the sound of the album is kind of unique, and it just rules, man. It fucking rules. I mean, the bass and the fucking guitars, they just have this like really unique... I don't know if it's unique because I feel like I've heard it before, but it just has this really fucking hellish and like demonic sound to it. It just sounds evil as fuck, man. Especially like the first song, Demon Preacher, like the riffs there. I can't even fucking hum the riffs. I'm terrible at this. I can hear the riff in my head, but I can't hum it. But like right from the fucking intro and then to Demon Preacher, you just know you're in for a fucking ride right here. I mean, the entire side A is just fucking masterpiece. I fucking love all the songs, and it's got ends on a really killer cover of Symptom of the Universe. I mean, it's just a great cover, and actually kick up the speed at the end too, and like make it like a thrashy part near the end, and it's just killer, man. One thing about this album is I would say like the weakest part of this album is probably the vocals. I've really come to like his vocals. They're like kind of cheesy, almost like heavy metal kind of vocals. But it's not, I guess, as aggressive as the music is. But I really like his vocals. I think they're great. Just takes a little bit of a warming up to them. But yeah, I mean, I remember I liked this album as soon as I heard it. Like that fucking Death Procession and then into Demon Preacher, I was fucking sold. And we got like, on side 2, we got Praise the Lord, which is probably my favorite song on the album. It's like really long, but really fucking well written song. And it's just got some really catchy riffs. Like, you feel like you want the song to go a certain way when you're listening to it. Or at least when you've heard like a lot of albums in this style. And the song just does exactly what you want it to do. And it's just like, fuck yeah. It's just perfect. Past Life is like an acoustic instrumental outro. It sounds really cool. But I really wish that it was worked into the album somewhere along the way. Maybe like split up and then work into some of the songs instead. Because it's just like an outro, but it's like 3 minutes long or something like that. And it's just a bit pointless, you know, because I actually think the music is great. I just wish it was used for something else than just an outro. Because if it was just meant to be an outro, I think 1 minute of that would have been fine. But yeah, that's like kind of the only gripes I have with this. We have a very small band photo, but definitely fits the bill right there. It's the original pressing, because that's the only thing that's available. There's an European pressing and a US pressing, and then a CD from back in the day, and then that's pretty much it. Maybe there's been a CD reissue later on, I do not recall right now. But as far as vinyl goes, you have to get an original if you want this baddie on vinyl. So that's what I did, and they weren't like super expensive. I found one locally, which, you know, the price was pretty good, and it's a VG Plus on both ends, and the vinyl sounds mint. So yeah, Deathwish, Demon Preacher, fast, angry, and evil fucking thrash. I believe this came out in 88. Hang on, let me check. Is this from 88? August 88. Well, recorded at August 88 anyway. I'm pretty sure it came out in 88. but not least, well, I've got more I wanted to show, but I was just like, let's keep it at 5. It's a good round number to end it on. And I really want to show this one because it's the most recent one I've got. And I've been hunting for this one for a fucking while. I finally managed to find a copy. There was actually one that showed up January, but I didn't get a notification for it in time before it was sold already. So I just found out later that I missed out on it. And I was pissed as fuck. But finally, another copy showed up. It is Forced Entry with Uncertain Future. This is, I guess, like kind of groovy thrash metal. It does kind of get like more and more intense as the album goes along, which I really like about it. And it's got like, I guess you would consider that like some of the earliest slam riffs on here. On the first track, the Bludgeon, like near the end of it, like dum 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 dum. I mean, it's a fucking slam riff. It's got some really good songs on side A, like Bludgeon and Kaleidoscope of Pain. I really like that, and Anaconda. But like side B, which I guess would be the 4 last tracks probably. Just like the track listing is messed up because they absolutely wasted the space on putting the Shaw EP on this reissue. I was not familiar with this EP, so I was just like, okay, more music, great, you know. So let me check this EP out. I mean, it comes on, dude, holy shit! What the hell, is this the same band? Like, what the hell happened? I know it's like an EP from 1985, you know. The fucking guys were freaking out because Thrash wasn't popular, they wanted to do some groove metal. But I feel like this band could have like transitioned into groove metal like pretty seamlessly because they already have like a lot of groove in their sound. But no, they just somehow messed it up. Even like I would fucking rather listen to fucking I don't know, the Black Album by Metallica than that bullshit right there. Like the vocals are so contrived, so cringy. They're just awful. You just want the guy to shut the fuck up, and as soon as he shuts up, the music just like bores you to tears, man. And then the solos are just like wanky and weird, and it just seems uninspired as hell. And the lyrics too are just so. Hang on, let me actually read the lyrics here. Like it just they just seem like completely uninspired. Fading now, heart will beat no more. Broken upon the shore, memory slowly failing, falling, unable to open the door, forgotten now, the tide has turned, enter now the near, silent world, daylight obscured, to vault the dream field, struggling, swallowed by miasma. I mean, it's just a depressing listen. Don't waste your time on that EP, that fucking blows. But anyway, some cool pictures of the band here to lighten the mood a bit. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, side B, it absolutely fucking crushes it. It actually has some of my favorite songs on this thing. Like Octo Club is probably the weakest song on the album. But aside from that, like the fucking last 3 tracks just absolutely slay for days. First up, we got Unrest Defined, which is probably my favorite one. I just love how that the song opens up. It's just perfect, you know. It kind of like starts off a bit slow, and then we get the and then right when you think it's gonna transition into like the main riff, you get a little bass part, and then we go into the riff, and it's just like so intense. Oh man, I love that song, man. The way it opens is just perfect. Do you want to see the vinyl? Yes, you do. You are going to see it now anyway. I'm going to show you. It's mandatory. Here you go. It's blue. Isn't that lovely and amazing? It isn't black because it's a reissue. I am just so lucky. Have so much money to spare to fucking buy these expensive as fuck albums. That is Forced Entry with Uncertain Future. Absolutely mandatory thrash album right here. And that's kind of it for this video. So I hope you found some new music. You better have, because goddamn, I showed some goddamn good thrash albums, and all very fucking different, I must say. And just thrash, enjoy. You're an angry man, just thrash and slam a little bit. Thanks for watching and have a great day.